Ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me
let's do this.
That clock keeps ticking.
Woo! No ads!
And my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
just let me Come on, get hype. No ads. Let's do this.
Get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me
I do it for you. I honestly do. Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all of the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C, and this is and always will be Shot from the Point. I'm going to talk about the... God, that was a hell of an opening. I'll cut that off if I have to. I'm going to talk about the... first of all, nothing's really changed. We're getting stuff that looks like this. Us. Oh, for fuck's sake. Everything is all types of fucked up. All right, we're getting stuff like this. Yeah, you can see that I had no prep time today whatsoever. Mostly because I got terribly drunk and you know, if you follow my Twitter account, you can see when I'm blasted. So we're getting stuff like this, and you're like, wait a minute, they've been doing this for months. Yes, they have been, but it used to be you get these little yellow dots, and they didn't look quite like this, too. They're slightly different. You used to get them when you had, like, ISIS in the title. That was the first way to combat extremism, by combating word selections and titles and tags. So we're getting a bunch of these. These things seem to come up pretty much really based on your channel. I have a little trouble believing, and I haven't seen any evidence that YouTube has the technology when you say fuck, that's not advertiser friendly. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I think most of us have been put in somewhat of a blacklist. And if you want to get out of that blacklist, you probably have to start doing content that's not adult, that doesn't have controversial opinions, that might offend anyone, which is everything. And none of us have really any chance. I mean, I'm certainly not. I can't change. I don't know what the hell to do. I don't know how to do anything but sound outrageous and laugh and fucking and talk to people. That's the only thing I know is people. What the hell? I can't change a damn thing. And the idea that it is not that you can actually conform to this impossible standard is ridiculous. And like, because you see places like Coke and Pepsi advertising on places like HBO and other types of television shows, programs, movies that have much worse content than YouTube could possibly produce. In my opinion, there's a couple things going on here, because this time last year we were worried about copyright strikes, and that seemed to kind of go by the wayside. This has everything. It doesn't have even anything to do with money. This has everything to do with power and who gets picked. The old way to get in the entertainment business was to kind of get touched by you put yourself out there, and then you get picked by Hollywood. Hollywood decides that you're in, you get the opportunity. You know, Hollywood decides you're good enough. And a lot of that is rubbing noses with the right people. Well, the people in Hollywood tend to be pretty far left, and they want to know what your political opinions are. That's why the great abundance of Hollywood stars are on the left, or at least frequently when they want to talk about politics, just repeat left-wing politics. They've been pre-screened. When you have something like YouTube, and I don't think anybody ever expected the sheer amount of stars that would come from this platform, there is no way to vet. People have all sorts of different types of opinions. They have all different views on things. They might be pro-gay marriage and anti-raising taxes. But that's not good enough for the people that run Hollywood. And now the people from Hollywood, in a sense, run YouTube. It is now their tube. It is no longer your tube. What was it? Broadcast yourself. That used to be the thing. Go in there, broadcast yourself, make yourself a star. You get hits, that's all we care about. But YouTube rivals regular media now. And YouTube, with its brilliant capitalist platform, basically it's thank you very much, Sean.
Because he did follow me.
Here's for the shit start, loss of YouTube revenue, and the awesome fucking merch coming. Thank you so much. My name is Sean. So, God, I don't know why. I was sick the other day, and now I felt good yesterday. So I don't think anybody really realizes the power of this platform. It rivals newspapers. PewDiePie rivals the Wall Street Journal. So this is them coming in and putting the kibosh on the whole thing. They want to make sure you're aligned with them as they move up. And I think the people there was probably a window, and I think guys that are in the millions probably got through it. Do you really think, and they, Jake Paul drops the F-bomb all the time. Do you really think they're going to start demonetizing his videos? Do you believe that for a second? Really? No, of course not. You think they're going to start PewDiePie? Even though he might not be aligned with them. They can't afford to lose him. The big stars aren't going anywhere. This is to make sure new stars don't come, because they can't stop producing new stars, and they can't control the way the new stars feel about the world and their worldview and their politics. So yeah, in a lot of ways, this is the end. This is the end. If you they want to make sure.
You did follow me.
Thank you so much, Jose Kesselgard. Bro, I was called a Nazi for listening to Rammstein. That person was 100% correct, Mr. Escobar. You're definitely a Nazi with a name like that. You'll fit well in with the alt-right. And the community is going to be really hit hard is the skeptic community. And again, I don't think these little yellow dots here, I don't think anything's changed. Now we can just visually see it. They've been doing this for months. They've been doing this since the beginning of the apocalypse. Now we get to see a little icon to show us why we're not getting ads. That's it. And remember, it says little to none. So look, the YouTuber needs a source of revenue in order to grow, in order to take that money to invest in better videos. Now, there's some YouTubers that don't do that. I think Sargon of Akkad, I mean, his video quality doesn't go up, but his content's still amazing. And people want to hear what Sargon has to say and the way he has to say it and the way he puts together. But there's nothing spectacular. I mean, Sargon's videos don't look like Vegas videos. You know what I mean? They're pretty low budget. But in order to improve, in order to get revenue, you need revenue to come in. And they know this. And when the revenue's gone, there's no new stars coming. Now, there are people that are probably going to sneak through. But it's going to be a lot harder, like it is to break into Hollywood. So many men and women go to Hollywood every year and live in Los Angeles and never scratch out an acting career. The gates close. Because all you had to do was get views. That's all you had to do, bring them in. There's a couple rules, but otherwise, get views. This is a real meritocracy. But YouTube doesn't want a meritocracy. Take this kid, Damore. What's his name? Damore? The guy who just got fired, and he got fired for saying, he wrote a manifesto, and he got fired for saying that their women weren't as cut out to do certain jobs in Google, which, of course, that's what he was fired for. I'm summarizing, of course. But if you read the manifesto, he doesn't say it anywhere. Mr. Damore was not aligned. He wasn't a part of this. He wasn't a part of their ideology. He's out. He's gone. You're going to be with them, or you're going to be gone. And, I mean, if you would work for Google and say that you're a Trump supporter, you're gone. You're finished. They're going to find a way to fire you. And in a lot of ways, they can't control you being a Trump supporter. They can't do while you're on YouTube. But now they can take away the money. Because the money, and you're probably, I hear a lot of people online, but they're cutting their own throats. Look how much views it brings in. I don't know if that is that important to them, because YouTube barely breaks even each year. As for the company itself, I mean, the only people that really make serious cash are the YouTubers. But it's worth its weight in gold for influence, for political influence. The way it's creeped into people's homes. It's worth its weight in gold that way. And the people built it. Google just bought this off, I think, 2 kids. They didn't invent this. This thing was perfect. This thing was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. A total meritocracy. You were based on what you could pull in, on your own talents. And sometimes you don't even have to be that talented. You just have to offer something that mainstream television wasn't. But this is it. This is the end. Now, I've heard a lot of things about other people rising to the challenge and competing with YouTube. Wait 10 years, because it took like 10 years to get this far. People start talking about VidMe, and I think I'm hearing they go to monetize ads, or they're monetizing now, or they're taking ads. Good for them. But I think the only way YouTube could be competed with is if a company the size of Google would be willing to invest billions. And like I said, YouTube didn't happen overnight. It built slow. The options became more and more over the years. It's not going to happen unless you make $1 billion investment. And why would you make $1 billion investment modeled after something that almost breaks even? No one's going to spend $1 billion. No one's going to like $1 billion or billions of dollars and model it after YouTube that doesn't break even. A lot of people will be going broke. But Google's just so big, they can just take the loss. And it's almost like they're paying for influence. The only problem is the pesky people that work on there and put out the content don't project the views that they want out there. And that's what you're seeing. They don't have the type of comedy that they want out there. Now, if it was a social justice comedian, I'd be fine. More than likely. You know, if I was going on like, oh, who's that damn fool? He got fucked over big. Guy was on the Joe Rogan show. He's from New Jersey. I want to say Epstein or whatever his name is. I can't remember the kid's name. You know, so guys like him, these social justice comics who are so funny. Yeah, they'll be fine. I think Young Turks will be fine. This yellow bar right here really represents the plebes. If you didn't get through, you're never getting through now. Because we're never going to pay you your share of the ad revenue unless we approve of you personally. I mean, if they could come up with a system where you could watch movies for free as long as you had to watch the advertising, I mean, think about all the movies that wouldn't qualify. They're starting to do it in Germany too. You can watch movies on Google now, like legit, or on YouTube, legit movies. Well, I'm sure Pepsi put their ad there, and I'm sure there'd be views expressed in those films and language. It's not about language. It's not about the content. It's not about any of this shit. It's about power, political power. Because again, Google doesn't make a profit on YouTube.
Because I was caught off guard because he did follow me.
I mean, they have something. One of their stars, thank you so much, Super Tropes. One of their stars, Poods, one of their stars is bigger than the Wall Street Journal and has more influence. And he's not exactly a left-wing kook because he never had to conform. He didn't have to go to Hollywood and nobody took him aside. He's like, look, you can't talk like that. You got to be on women's issues. You got to do this. You got to do this. Hey, you want a job, you want to work in this town. That's what you got to do. Hey, look, I'm not saying I agree with you, but can't talk like that around these people. You never get that speech on YouTube. You never get that speech. You're never going to get that speech. Ever. Once. Never. So it's a sad day, but I'm relieved. I'm relieved because I'm sick of looking at the fucking videos. Now I'm going to title the shit the way I want. I'm going to do whatever I want, whatever. I'm leaving it up to you. If you want to support me, I'm probably going to have to hawk shit just like I did before. You're probably going to see commercials like this. I got a merch store. It's really cool. There's more stuff coming out. I'm going to try to release something by tomorrow, something brand new by tomorrow. Jeff's going to come on with me tomorrow. We're going to do a little show together. Oh yeah, I apologize ahead of time. I said I was going to do Love Phones on Twitter. I'm not totally focused. I had to take care of my kids, so I apologize. It's been kind of a fucked up day, but again, I'm relieved. I'm just going to do what I want. If it doesn't get monetized. The only thing that I'll try to avoid is to get that restricted mode. I don't want to put a video in restricted mode, but I think that's pretty much reserved for the true wackos. So, I mean, I'll definitely avoid that. But I don't think I do anything that earns it, but we'll see. The other thing is, like, I don't think if the stuff's monetized. I mean, there's no chance of me being put in recommendeds. No chance. It's over. I'm never going to get recommended because I'm never going to get that thing, and I have no chance to grow. I mean, I'm still losing subs because of the baited situation. I don't know if I have much of a chance to grow. So I am here. The 225 people that are here, I am 100% here for you. And for as long as you guys stick around, I might take off if you leave. There is some truth in that. And I might work on another project. But as long as you guys are coming in the hundreds, I'm going to keep pushing this shit out. You know, you make it worth my while, I will do my best. And I'll also listen to you. By the way, if you donate to my Patreon, you get to talk to me directly. I go in the Patreon thing all the time, and I'm willing to hear you out. It's not just a hangout. I'm willing to hear you out. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything. If I can make the show funnier, I can make it more interesting, if I could do something to make it better, I'm going to do it. I love it. But, I figure out another way to make money and grow another channel. I'm probably going to put my efforts into that, see where it goes. I mean, you saw that with, this is probably not a great example, but what was that podcast that Keem was on before? They had a gaming channel take off and they left. I forget what the hell it was called. Triggered. You know, they had a podcast called Triggered. It wasn't a hell of a lot different than Shot from the Point. I think it was live. It was broadcast live as well, I think, too. It was a pretty good podcast, actually. I used to listen to it. Long before the whole baited thing. And some of those guys that one of their other channels took off. And like and they had to follow that up because it's more profitable. That's the only way I'm leaving. And if you leave, you leave. But I mean, right now I am Triggered was good. Yeah. Right now I am dedicated to what's left. 100%. And you can ask Real Talk. I'm dedicated to this. I'm dedicated. You know, you guys know, and I've wrote out some horrible shit, and things didn't go my way pretty much from January until now. But I never ever fucking quit, and I always push forward. And you guys, because I pushed forward, you rewarded me. You rewarded me each and every month, and even when it was looking kind of grim, you always rewarded me. Even when I had to take 2 weeks off last week, which is, of course, going to be a low earning time for me. It was going to be a low earning time. And you rewarded me, whether you didn't do it or not, because I got a nice little check from Catch 33. You keep rewarding me, and I'm going to keep doing this. I am going to go look for other ways to get bigger and grow. I mean, that's only natural. But right now, this day, so I don't want you to worry about that. But it is game over. Not for me. It's game over for the working class entertainer. A lot of us are probably going to just slowly die off, and that's unless you can find something to bring dough in. And I hate talking like this, like it's just about dough or it's just about money or whatever. But that's simply where it is. Anybody tells you different, and usually, you know who's going to tell you different? Guys at the very top that probably aren't getting monetized, or it doesn't matter whether they get monetized or not. That's who's going to tell you that. Oh, by the way, gone are the days you put too many ads in your video. You're just trying to get hits. Yeah, now it's real cutthroat because this YouTube revenue is not. There's nothing to speak of. You got to do anything you can to get dough. Anything, if you want to be a pro. Otherwise, you're not a pro. So these YouTubers, especially commentators, are, oh, you're only doing this for the money. Only doing this for the money. And I always get a kick out of that. Professional fucking entertainers telling other people they're only doing it for you're only doing it for money. You're a professional entertainer. You're only entertaining for the money. That's your profession. How many plumbers go out there and say, man, I just love putting these friggin' I love doing these pipes. I love getting squirted in the water. Nobody does that. I think the only difference between this is most people do love doing it. But it doesn't mean you can.
Because I was caught off guard because he did follow me.
Thank you so much, Nightmare. Sometimes I lay in bed and pretend I'm a... Good for you. Thank you for the donation. But again, you can support this any way you want. I might even throw my PayPal in there. I got a PayPal site. And whether it be on whatever which way. If you want to do it that way, just have it pop up on the screen. If you want to do it on Patreon, which I'll be I'm actually talking with Nikki right now about putting some reward system in there and getting some stuff out there, and I think it's going to have maybe special releases of clothing or something like that just for Patreons. I think that would be really cool, or something like that. So we'll push it out, and I guess the rest of the time I'm just gonna take your calls, and I'm not getting bummed out or anything. I'm really not, because I've basically done this show before. As long as you keep supporting me, as long as you stick around, for a channel with even 36,000 or almost just 30,000, what we have now, we've made a big impact. in a lot of situations, we've gotten involved in a lot of things with bigger YouTubers. We've had a big impact. A lot of things like, I was told by somebody who worked for Keemstar, like in the days after the Baited collapse, and he just was blown away by the sheer amount of Shot from the Point fans that was in stream at me. I mean, he had to go on a huge blockathon. That's you guys. Let him know. And you guys stuck it out, man. It's really great. So I'm not sad at all. I'm not bummed out. I'm not sad. You want to talk about just about anything, I don't care. It's all about you guys today. I'm feeling, like I said, a little bit relieved. Talked to Andy Warski today too. I talked to Andy Warski today too, and we're going to try to get that interview straightened out. He's a little bummed out right now too, but we'll see if we can figure it out. Trader Wolf, you're on the air.
Well, you've been blacklisted.
Yes, I've been blacklisted. I think we've always been blacklisted. It's been that way.
Have you seen the Razor Fist video?
Is that the one when the guy goes blah 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 for 20 minutes and then it still doesn't get monetized?
Yeah, basically. He's basically saying that people in the skeptic community and people who are like more controversial right-wing people, or people who are like left but very like sort of, I guess you could say, anti-SJW, he's saying that they're being blacklisted. I'm
pretty much
kind of agree with that.
I'm sure.
You can put out anything.
Sure.
And you fucking still get it monetized.
Sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I think if you're bringing in serious views, like serious views, they're probably not going to clip you. But I don't know if anybody in the skeptic community does bring in, like, nobody brings in Jake Paul views. I mean, it's politics. It's always going to be less interesting.
I mean, like, the closest thing you could say is, like, maybe the Amazing Atheist or something like
but
that. But even
I think he'd be first. I think they'd be willing to lose him.
Yeah.
I think they'd be willing to lose him. But yeah, he's over 1 million. But I mean, and the skeptic community as a whole brings in tons of views.
They also kind of pushed Trump. I think Google was very angry about that.
I agree with you.
That really pissed them off.
Agree with you completely. I think, and I think after talking to Chris Reagan, and I don't even think he even realizes how much the skeptic community, the liberals, probably put Trump in office just by pointing out that other liberals are fucking insane, and they're very much anti-West. In a lot of ways, and guys like the Amazing Atheist and Chris Reagan and Repsion pointed that out. That yeah, we're liberals, but you guys are nuts. It's not the way liberalism is supposed to be.
You see, okay, I live in Canada, so it's a little fucking crazy right now.
Yeah,
but after the whole Nazi rally thing that happened, you have all these people who are like, "Fuck Nazis, we should kill them, we should like fucking murder them, we should hang them."
Sure.
And I'm like, you guys are all off your fucking rocker.
Yeah, you sound like Nazis.
Oh, it sounds like it's like let's kill them. It's like no, they sound like communists. They don't sound like Nazis. They sound like fucking communists.
Yeah, they're commies, and we've seen this before. This is the Weimar Republic, which is the government that was here in Germany just prior to the Third Reich taking over things. You saw the Reds versus the Browns, and I think that's what you're seeing now. The only thing is the left has been, the SJWs and they've been violent for months. I mean, just when
Antifa.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrsh is here. Antifa tore the Hamburg apart. They've had riots. They've had riots.
Rubber bullets and batons should come out when that shit starts going
well,
down.
you know, that's another common theme you're seeing too. Yeah, commenting in each one of these incidents on campus, and even as recently in Charlottesville, the cops are being told to pull back every time. And every time it's somebody on the left in charge of them, whether it be a school administrator or a mayor. And you almost get the feeling that they want this to happen. That they want death and blood and people to be activated. Because that's the only way you're going to get rid of the America that we know. That they can finally erase it completely. That's the really only way.
I don't think the left cares at this point about making sense, because let's face it, they always preach about being anti-homophobic and anti-sexist and all this stuff, and yet they sell them out to like the biggest, most sexist, homophobic, and racist religion, Islam.
Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing: we're getting all over the place. We're getting there. It's not even about politics. Tim Pool, go watch Tim Pool's video on the subject. It's you're with us or against us.
You can't be in the middle
you're
anymore.
only
That's the
you're
thing.
only afforded the race card is if you agree with us, because God forbid if you're black and you say all lives matter, you are not on our team. We'll even go as far as calling you a white supremacist, like Bunty King was called, or some black guy, Derek, like he was called. It's not even about race. It's about power. And it's us or them. And if you don't fit in, you're out. And you can say very much the same thing with the alt-right as well. You are white. You are proud to be white. That is your identity, and it deserves protecting and defending. And if you're with us, if not, you're a commie. It's the same thing. And this is really, really scary times. And we have, like you said before, there's like, we got to go punch a Nazi. We got to punch. All they're doing is just feeding into this madness, feeding into this. And we've seen this before in history, and we know how it ends. We know where it goes. Thank you very much, Trader Wolf. We've been through this. We've done this before. And it ends bad. Because it doesn't matter who wins. If the alt-right wins, you get something that looks like Nazi Germany. If the SJWs win, you get something that looks like Soviet Russia. It's a no-win situation. And I really wonder. I believe...
Because I was caught off guard because he did follow me.
$5. These cultists on both sides. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I believe that in a situation like what you saw with DePaul University last year with Milo Yiannopoulos and stuff like that, where the cops just didn't do anything. They want blood. They want the incident. And they want so they can scream bloody murder at Donald Trump. Like some poor girl gets killed at this protest and they can turn around and say, Trump, you were for that. And how dare you point out that there was two sides or many sides out there, even though that's the truth. It's just about political power. It's frightening. In a lot of ways, it's worse than 9/11. 9/11 united the country. Our country's never been more divided since the Civil War. And what a shock. People are freaking out about, Confederate monuments that have been there for years. Is taking these monuments down. When was it so important to get rid of these monuments? That's the kind of shit that ISIS used to do in Afghanistan when they blew up Tibetan. That's the kind of things crazy religions do. They take down monuments. They try to erase history. The left is behaving like tyrannical Islamists. And take these things down. Is it really worth a dead girl? Is it that important? I mean, I'd be willing to hear you out if you had something to say, like I don't think that should be here for A, B, and C. And the way I'd argue is like, today it's friggin' General Lee, tomorrow it's George Washington. Oh shit! There's a pastor in Chicago today that has told Rahm Emanuel, the mayor of Chicago, that he wants to take down statues of George Washington. So the modern Democratic Party and the left, minus the YouTubers, the YouTube left was what I like to call them, because they're the only ones that seem to, the non-progressives. I mean, we essentially have a cult. We have a religious cult in our hands. And to answer for that religious cult, we've created something new and ugly on the right, the alt-right. It's insane. It's frightening. It sucks. It's an anti-American cult. Both of them are anti-American cults. The alt-right and Antifa. And you got mainstream people that are yelling at Trump saying, you didn't call out the Nazis. Well, he did. He called out everybody. Well, no, those guys are the anti-Nazi. I mean, even thank God that idiot was never president. Mitt Romney, that big friggin' pussy, weenie. That guy's got to check his pants to see if he has a dick every day. Maybe 2 and 3 times. It is unbelievable. Well, one time's for fascism, one's against. No, they're both fascists. They're both authoritarians. Donald Trump was right. And he was right to point it out. But it is also important to point out to people that there is, first of all, the alt-right's real. It's not a myth. It's very small, but it's growing. And it is the answer It is an answer to left-wing authoritarianism, the SJWs and the Antifa. That's what it is. And they're both crazy. And we finally put them in a room together, and somebody got killed. It's guaranteed to happen. Don't pretend like everybody over there was a protester. They're not. They're looking for blood, and they got it. And they're happy that girl's dead. Both sides are. One side's happy they killed a commie. The other side's happy that they got a victim. Love it. They love the blood. Love the hate. Love to kill. There's more to come, kiddos. Because I got news for you. If they're going to tear down these Confederate things, they're going to drive people to the alt-right. And maybe even sometimes people are willing to die over a monument. And they're all going to kill each other. Unless people start wising up. But in the past, when things like this have happened, not just in the United States and the other world, when people are so divided, the only thing that ends up solving it is violence. And that's the road we're on. God, I hope I'm wrong about that. That means somebody has to win. Oh, can you imagine that?
Because I was caught off guard.
And it doesn't mean you're going to get
Follow
something
me.
good after that. Democrats admit they have no ideology. They have no ideological identity. Yeah, they do. It's called power. Let's try some new callers. Give them a chance. Boy, you guys were bad yesterday, I'm going to be honest with you. Got a lot of complaints on how bad the calls were. Devil Wolf.
Hey, Tommy.
What's up, man? You're on the air. What's up?
I just wanted to ask your opinion. How do you think this whole YouTube thing is going to affect the gamers on YouTube?
Well, I tell you something. I'm glad you brought that up. Really good one. Oh my God, you guys are good today. I had gaming videos demonetized today, so I'm guessing because I play a lot of shooters. I'm thinking anything that resembles a shooting or violence in video games will be demonetized, which is bizarre because that's just going to drive a lot of traffic to Twitch. But again, I said before, I don't think this is about money, so that's how I feel about that.
Fair enough, because I know that before this new system got implemented, a lot of Call of Duty YouTubers were getting hit.
Yeah.
So do you think this?
I think the system has been implemented since about March or April when this whole thing started. I think it was April. I think it's been empty, but now we're actually visually seeing the system. Like we're actually seeing a visual now. I think that's the only thing that's changed. Yeah.
Still the exact same system, but now we can actually see, hey, you're getting flagged for just cause.
Yeah. Just because you're in the list, you say fuck shit, pussy, vagina, talk about fucking, talk about Donald Trump, whatever. And you're gone. You're finished. You're demonetized. We don't want people like you getting rich and famous. Shit, look at all the fucking people on the right that did get rich and famous that we can't stop. Like Louder Than Crowder and stuff like that. All right, bud. Talk to you later, man. Don't you miss the good old days? Don't you miss the good old days? When it was free, open platform. And whoever won the day, just got the most views. Now there's all these mitigating factors and things you have to jump. Sounds like going to Hollywood. Veggie on the air.
Hey, how's it going, man?
What you got?
I have a question.
Sure.
Who represents YouTubers? YouTube is making all these drastic changes with the monetization and everything. I think it's safe to say that YouTube doesn't represent the YouTubers. Isn't there some kind of organization or something? I'm talking big YouTubers get together, have some kind of conference about this.
Well, that's why I think they won't dare demonetize them. A, they're bringing in the serious amount of views. Even probably all the small YouTubers combined aren't earning enough for them as the big ones. But yeah, I think that they're probably going to let them slide just for that reason. They're bringing the views A and B. You don't want them forming a union or anything. And to be honest with you, YouTube's too big to that.
You don't think that there are some big YouTubers that would get together and stand up for the little people?
No.
No YouTube strike or anything like that.
How long have you been watching me?
How long have I been watching you? Probably around a year.
Okay. What's the one thing you learned about me? A regular fucking ass guy, even an older guy that got put into the heart of the bigger echelon of YouTube. What did you learn from me? What's the one thing you probably took? took away. Nothing.
That you like Beck's Gold?
You're right. You couldn't have answered. I thought it was going to be a hard question for you. You got that right. Good job. No, this is a slimy business. There's a lot of slime balls, a lot of frauds, you know? And people do anything to damage each other. I mean, it happens all the time. You know, that's basically what it is. And people are scummy slime balls behind the scenes. They don't care about that. As long as they're getting paid. As long as they're good.
That's the shitty thing. If all the small YouTubers went on strike, nobody would even fucking notice. But I would think to an extent they would be taking a profit loss, even if they did cut all of the small YouTubers as well, though.
The only thing that could ever happen, in my estimation, is like it would have to get a company as large as Google, right? And they would have to go to the top YouTubers like Casey, like Poods, KSI, and they're the really big guys. You know, the guys over 10 million, and they'd say to them, they'd have to offer them contracts, and they'd have to have a system. They'd have to move it over to the website, and the website would have to work as well as YouTube does. You know, technically, YouTube works pretty fine. Yeah, they'd have to do it. It would almost have to be a WCW, WWE thing, you know? So, but like Ted Turner would have to come in and buy the old guys, the Hogans and the Macho Mans, and they'd have to go for it right there. And then, but I mean, I mean, God, the amount of money it would put to take, because like when you upload a video to YouTube, it doesn't go to just like one server. It goes to all sorts of servers all around the world. That's why it runs so smoothly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, just that network alone has got to be ridiculously expensive. Excuse me. You know, and they're going to have to make it worth their while. So they're going to need, that's why you're going to have to do competition.
Well, it's fucking depressing, though, especially for somebody who, like, I mean, there's so many things that you can do on YouTube, and there's also, like, a very, very small amount to do on YouTube. And about a year and a half, 2 years ago, I had 2 shows. I had an educational show that did pretty well, but with my son's surgery and everything, it got put off. And then I also had I guess you could call it a commentator thing, but it wasn't about YouTube. It was about like things that actually happened. And I put out 2 videos side by side together. They started doing really well. I got like a couple thousand views within the first month. And shortly after that, I decided to try to pay to promote one, and they both got taken down like within 2 days. And it's because I was talking about the election when that came around.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And I got, like, honestly, I dropped the channel because I was just so frustrated. I was like, I didn't say anything wrong. Like, you literally just cut my tongue off.
It's not about you being right or wrong. It's about you being with them. I mean, that's what it is, bro. Let me get some other callers, man. Thanks for the call.
Yeah.
Fuck. Hey, you fucking idiot. Did you learn your lesson? This is Cameron.
Yeah, really learned my lesson.
What do you think? You guys going to freaking crash my show? I was going to do anything about it?
No, I'm not doing it now.
No, I know you're not doing it now, you fucking rocket scientist. So you tried to fuck with my show yesterday. This is the guy that called in for everybody and started doing a first-time caller. Thank you for your service. What do you think I was going to let you do all that? Do you think I won't burn you permanently? Do you think I won't ban you permanently?
No, I do think you're banned.
You think I would? You think there's a line you could cross that would get you to ban? I'm good. I'm glad you know that because you're saying the right things.
Definitely.
Okay. Do the other idiots believe that? Because I know a lot of fucking idiots that live with their parents, like Nick Golo. They think this stuff's cute, so they could if they want to crash my show. Let me crash my own show. I don't need fucking you idiots to do it. They're gonna crash my show, fuck. Because you guys don't give a shit if I'm not getting paid or not, or the people are getting pissed off. Did you see how many comments about how shitty the calls were yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. Thanks. I guess we're buddies, huh? I guess I should go in and bullshit with you guys and hang out with you guys, by dragging my show into the goddamn ground. That was funny stuff, right? Yeah. I'm gonna pick you or Katie or Nick, and I'm gonna ban you permanently. And I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna pick one of you one day if you just piss me off a little bit, because nobody seems to be getting the fucking point over there. Yeah. Sci-fi guy says blow you up. Yeah.
Fuck him.
Fuck him? No. Fuck you. Fuck you. Where's my bomb, for Christ's sakes?
It's 1 week.
There it is. should have reset the computer from yesterday. God damn. Curly Carl, you're on the air. Curly Carl, you got the air. Mr. Banked, you're on the air.
Yo, hello, dude. Okay, the question I have, I don't know, it could be classed as controversial. Do you remember on Baited Podcast?
No.
No. Do you know back when you were on Baited Podcast?
No. I got an echo. You gotta fix that.
Oh, yeah, sorry, wait there, let me fix that real quick.
Thank you.
Alright, wait there. Just give me 2 seconds. If you want to move me back into the waiting to call, I can fix that real quick.
Yeah, okay. Get out of here. Harisha, you're on the air. Or whatever your name is.
Hey, what's up, man?
What do you got for me?
This whole fascism versus communism thing, it's fucking scary, dude.
It is?
I live in Kennesaw, Georgia, which is about spitting distance from 3 major Civil War battles down here in Georgia.
Sure.
And there's just Confederate monuments just
all over the place,
littered everywhere.
Sure.
And I just had a kindergarten friend, like a friend I've had from kindergarten, just yesterday, tell me to unironically hang myself because I'm center right. Like, it's just freaky, dude.
Yeah, I know. I guess you really want blood and death. You're not really into peace, are you?
Exactly. I'm on Facebook and I'm like retweeting Sargon shit saying no one needs to fight anyone. Nazis and communists are both fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, that's the thing.
I get.
The problem is somebody sensible may. I'll go this far, but I'm not calling for violence here, and because I'd definitely be a hypocrite. But it might come down to somebody has to stand up to one of them, or whoever comes on top of them. Whoever wins their little fucking battle. Somebody might have
and
to
you're
stand up
exactly right about the whole victim thing with Charlottesville, because I saw another person on Facebook saying, well, while it's tragic that someone had to die in Charlottesville, it's necessary for our cause and yada yada yada.
On both ways. Yeah. I told you. I've seen this before. I've read about this before. You can justify anything.
I know.
And the totally thing is, like, all these lefties, even friends I know, they're just like, there's no violence on the left. There's no violence. No, what happened in Berkeley didn't happen. They didn't tell those at Evergreen. They didn't tell white people to get off the fucking lawn at school. That didn't happen. Riots after the Trump administration didn't happen. That guy didn't get shot in Washington, D.C. that was a Republican. That didn't happen.
Exactly.
People, I mean, God, I don't feel bad when they beat the shit out of these Nazis. These guys went up to speak and Antifa stopped them. That didn't happen. If anything, the left has been on fire with violence lately for the past 10 months.
It's scary, dude.
Yeah, this is scary stuff. It is scary stuff. Not all revolution, revolutions almost never work. The only revolution that ever worked in history was ours.
Yeah.
That was it. If you really look at every single revolution, all the red revolutions down in South America or in Eastern Europe, and it ended in poverty and fucking death. The only one that ever worked was ours.
It's because we're the greatest country in the world.
Yeah, I guess. I think you had a lot of guys. I think you had a lot of guys that understood how democracy worked, even though it had never really been put in practice like it had been before. They really had a deep understanding. And what a shock! The Antifa's targeting those guys. And like I said, today it's General Lee, tomorrow it's George Washington, and next it's Ronald Reagan. It's the West. They have a problem with the West, Western ideology, because their ideology, when it has been put in practice, has failed miserably. It's ended in death and Holocaust. Stalin's got a lot more on his belt than Hitler ever did. He had more time.
I used to be a history major, so.
Yeah. Oh, God. Hitler's got nothing on Mao and Stalin. Here's the difference.
Exactly.
And you can sort, this is where you can see why the left is just ignoring, like the mainstream, or ignoring Antifa as being a violent organization. You would think the people that killed the most would have the shittier reputation, right? Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Well, kids, Mao, Stalin, and all those left-wing dictators in Eastern Europe,
they get a free pass.
Hitler can't hold a candle to them. Not that it makes much of a fucking difference as far as evil's concerned. But really, if you want to talk about it, they would say, more people have been killed in the name of religion than any other thing. if you look at the 20th century, the one that just passed 17 years ago, more people were killed in the name of left-wing politics. Mao, Stalin, go down to Romania, Ceausescu. Yeah, there's a bunch of potters here and there. Oh, let's go down to South America and all the death that and murder was the murder that the communists committed down there. Now, admittedly, it used to go both ways down there. Let's go to Vietnam, or the country right over there called Cambodia. Was it 7 million people killed by the Khmer Rouge, a communist organization? More people have been killed in the name of left-wing thought in the last 117 years. Not religion. Jesus Christ. Fucking ISIS they got a boner when they look. They have a boner when they look at what the left has done in the last 117 years, starting around 1919, and the Bolsheviks, when they finally took advantage actually, a lot of people don't. You're a history major. Do you know when the Tsars were overthrown? They were not overthrown by the Bolsheviks. They were overthrown by a group of people that were trying to put a republic together. The Bolsheviks overthrew them. So they basically took advantage. They couldn't even do it the right way. They had to wait for instability to get in. The commies did. So
that's how they work.
That's it is. So if you really want to think about it, folks, more people have got killed in the name of left-wing politics. Not religion. Not right-wing politics, although they've killed a few too. It's 20 million if you want to count the Nazis. But it doesn't hold a candle to the people that want to raise taxes for the poor. Talk to you later. Good call, man.
Because he did follow me.
Thanks so much for the donations. Fuck, I missed 45 minutes of the show. I don't know how good it was today, guys. I'm sorry. I'm just like, because for some reason, I think I'm getting sick again. I think you can hear it in my voice. Dated Rhyme, you big idiot. You're on the air. You like the way I talk to my fans?
Thanks, Tommy. I've missed you a lot, traveling around Europe, working hard. Then making that pancake.
Yeah. I hate you.
Yeah.
I do.
I love you too, Tommy.
I don't like you.
This thing, we have a lovely
You've been doing the same stupid fucking meme for months. It's not even that funny. The only people that knows are like 5 guys in the chat.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, you've never answered the question. I told you. When you answer the question, why don't you like pancakes?
I don't dislike pancakes. That's why I can't answer the question, because I don't. I just think your meme's stupid. I've never... I never said I didn't like pancakes. Find a fucking episode. I said, fuck you. I didn't say fuck pancakes. Pancakes are great. Fuck you. My problem is you.
I love you too, Tommy.
Oh, drop dead. No, don't really do that.
What's next? Are you going to pull down the statue of the pancake? Pancake rights.
I'm for taking all pancake statues down. Where are you in? Are you in France right now? Where are you? Where are you?
Currently, I'm in Pakistan.
Where?
I'm in Pakistan.
You're
Pakistan.
Oh, fuck off. Get the fuck out of here. Can't even have a conversation. Don't you hate people that are always trying to be, you can't even have a fucking conversation with them? Ted, you're on the air. 3, 2, 1. I should have known.
Oh, yeah. You should have died in the army.
Fuck you.
You should have died in the army.
Well, I didn't, motherfucker.
You should have died in the army.
Do you have another one? You don't have nothing, too. What's it like? You know what? You should have died in the room that your parents gave you that you can't possibly leave. What's it like? How old are you now? Are you still with your parents? How much you want to bet? You want to put a little bet? Let's do $100. Let's do a $100 bet. Let's do a $500 bet right now. That in 5 years, when you're about 25, you'll still be there in the same place you are now.
No.
You don't want to do that? Yeah, I bet you would want to do that. I bet you wouldn't want to.
You should have died in the army, honestly.
I didn't. I actually, I flew to Australia and I fucked your mother. How about that? And she, you know why? Because she likes soldiers. She likes soldiers. That's why. And you couldn't be one because you're so fat and playing Overwatch all day. Yeah. You're sitting around playing Overwatch, watching videos that you could never make, being a part of people. You can't entertain anybody. You can't talk to anybody. You can't organize anything on the net. I'm like 20 years older than you, and I still managed to pull something off. And you sit there alone by yourself, hopelessly looking at the ceiling while the semen drips down your right hand, imagining a world that doesn't so closely resemble hell. And I'm telling you right now, it's never going to change, and you know it. Bye. Let's see the next call. You're dying in the army. Dying in the army. Sean, you on here? Sean? You blew it, Sean. Critical Mess, you're on here.
Hey, yeah, this is just a fucking mess right now. Just like everything.
Hold on a second. Hey, guy that just called in here. I know. I want you to look at that. What do you think the world 100% liberal, 100% Republican is? Look. That guy likes me so much. He gave me $20. He likes what I said. I made him laugh. The guy that called before, you are incapable of doing that. You're only incapable of taking in this content. You're not capable of making it, organizing anything, being a part. All you can do is watch. I mean, shit, you had your little Pepe the Frog thing. And remember that whole meme was really popular? Actually, still pretty much is. Didn't you want to be a part of those groups that are producing those memes? You're not even capable of that. You're only capable of saying, "You're dying in the army," repeating somebody else's line. At least the guy who said that's capable of friggin' holding an audience on Twitch. By the way, I think you could block people from watching you on Twitch. Chad blocked me, I think, because I'd followed him on Twitch for months. I haven't gotten any notifications. Did he quit? I doubt it. That's how much of a pussy your buddy is. Can't even watch him anymore. Critical Mess, what do you want?
Well, so the entire world is a fucking mess right now, and a lot of my videos have been demonetized.
Yours too, huh?
I started making videos on things like Kathy Griffin, which got about 14,000 views, and that ends up getting demonetized, and also other kind of stuff about sort of controversial topics. Like, all that stuff's been demonetized. Like, anything political that I'm talking about has ended up being demonetized, and I can't imagine what people's channels who solely focus on things political, like,
they're finished.
It's like
the only thing they can do is build some. If I don't understand. Why would YouTube
follow me?
Thank you so much, Dubious. These memes are stale. Fuckheads need to step up your game. Yeah, I think you're right. Step up your game, fuckheads. No, like why would you put a non monetized video in the recommendeds too? You know, why would you do that? So yeah, I think they're just trying to control the way they figure, you know, they can make they're the star makers, and they're the king makers, and they're going to control who comes in.
Yeah, YouTube has pretty much a monopoly when it comes to video sharing platforms, and it's just able to completely brush away the skeptic community.
Yeah.
Like, you say that the skeptic community is a fairly large audience, but when it comes to the entirety of YouTube, they make up a vast minority of people. True. And they're willing to throw everyone in the skeptic community, like Armored Skeptic, Shoeonhead, Sargon Advocare. They're willing to throw all of those people under the bus just so they can have a more advertiser-friendly thing that's more suited.
See, I don't even believe the advertiser-friendly excuse. I believe that as much as I believe, what's her name, Chrissy or Clarissa May, when she's spreading. Where she's spreading awareness. She wasn't, it wasn't about her. It wasn't about making phony rape allegations. I don't believe the advertisers. I think it's just a misnomer. It's a red herring. It doesn't mean anything. The advertisers, Coke, Pepsi, all these major advertisers they will advertise with disgusting fucking movies, with foul language, and anything of that nature. It's got nothing to do with being advertiser friendly. Don't get sidetracked. I don't believe that anyway. It has everything to do with power. She got the money rolling in, you got power, you know?
There's been a lot of things that have come out recently about the Google and its biases towards the left wing, and there was even that guy who wrote the Google memo who ended up calling out their culture in the entire company. And
I don't know how he lasted that long. Their culture's sick. They have a totalitarian culture in there. What, Google run the country?
Yeah, all he did was point out that men and women are different, and women work in different ways, and maybe Google should start
hiring. And he was fired because he said, we were told he said that women were inferior, and he didn't say that.
Yeah.
You know?
He definitely didn't say that.
He definitely didn't say it. But he was fired for it anyway. Look who we're dealing with. I hope he sues the shit out of them for slander.
Oh yeah,
because that was a slanderous comment. We fired this guy because he broke our rules. He can't sit there and say that women can't do the job here at Google. Well, he didn't say that. That's who you fired for. You lied.
Yeah, and it's like that with the skeptic community as well. They're constantly branded as sexist, racist, all that sort of stuff, when they're actually not. The people who are actual sexist and racist are the people who are in the alt-right.
You're getting. No. I gotta be honest with you, Critical. You don't get it. You don't get it. They want you to get in that stupid argument. This is not. You gotta ignore when they call you a racist. You gotta ignore it. You gotta ignore it. I'm not like, to a point. No, what you're doing is basically I'm calling you a racist, and you go back. I'm not racist because X, Y, and Z. You're distracted. You're distracted. I wouldn't even acknowledge that. This is a power play. Pure and simple. It doesn't because look. I guarantee you, some black guy's video is going to get it demonetized. Any shoe on head. Oh, yeah. These are women, minorities. They're getting demonetized too because they don't follow the line. So it's got nothing to do with being racist. And if you're on the left, I mean, look at goddamn Cenk Uygur. They can be as racist as they like and hypocritical as they like, as long as it's directed at people on the right. I'll call you a slut if you're a woman and a conservative. It's not a big deal. You saw that with Sarah Palin. So don't get distracted. Don't fall for the red herring.
I'm not saying that it is a bold claim that these people are racist. And what I'm saying is that these people are being slandered. These people are being labeled racist. Yeah. Therefore, if someone who's not paying attention ends up hearing someone's name, it's like, oh, that guy's a racist. Oh yeah, I probably shouldn't listen to that guy. You don't think they've crafted these narratives, and people who aren't paying attention end up believing them.
Well, yeah, I mean, you don't think there's a shit ton of people that believe Pootie Pie's really is big in the neo-Nazi community? I mean, that's what they flat out slandered him. I can't believe he didn't look into a lawsuit. Yeah, and they even lied. They even lied about what happened afterwards. Thanks for the call, man. They even lied about what happened afterwards. You know, and then they said when he said nobody reached me for comment prior to this story, and the head of the Wall Street Journal, that's not true, sir. While the reporters were at his door after they released the story. I mean, they'll lie about anything. They don't give a shit. It's about what you got to watch Tim Pool. If you don't subscribe to Tim Pool, you should. It's about what side you're on at this point. And on the left, that's why. If you're not on the alt-right side, then you're a commie, you're no good. You can see what happened to Sargon. And if you're not on the right, you're a Nazi. If you're not on the left, you're a Nazi. They're looking for troops. They're looking for ideological troops, and they're trying to get you panicked. Look, black and white people are not having a problem in America. Left-wing people and right-wing people are having, people that are obsessed by politics, they're having a problem. And they want to fight for power. That's what's going on. Black and white people are fine. It's politicians, people that seek power. Those are the people that are making it bad for us. Boombox 31, you're in here. There you go. A person that talks. You're on the air.
Oh, Tommy C. Let me start off by saying your neck beard is looking absolutely amazing.
I don't really have a neck.
My question is,
don't you have to have hold on a second though, but with the neck beard, don't you have to have like a really thick thing for a neck beard? And I do have.
It's not like scraggly, you know.
It's that's like half shaven. I mean, I think of a neck beard. I think somebody doesn't have a goatee and just a bunch of hair and all of it's just kind of shaved in some places. This is my beard. How could it be a neck beard?
No, if you remember Kyle Orton, he was like a quarterback. He had like kind of the same neck beard type thing going on. He got a lot of bitches, man. So
Kyle, I don't really think I qualify as a neck beard. Kyle Orton.
Sure, I'm pretty sure that was his name. I might be saying
Kevin or Kyle.
I think we should just get into the
No. You call me a neck beard. Fuck off. I want to see what this guy looks like. What do you mean? I'm looking at him right now, and he does look a little like me, but he's got a goatee in this picture. Hold on. You started this shit. You called me a neckbeard. Now you got to fucking suffer. Yes, he does have the same thing I do. I'm looking at this right now. That's not a neckbeard, dude. It is similar.
Oh, it's not a neckbeard.
I think of a neckbeard
for a lot of years.
I think of a neck like type neckbeard with me in Google. Come on, have fun with me. Neckbeard. All right.
Okay.
And then hit images. I don't look like any of those fucking guys. They're usually like really fat, or I'm a little chubby. But I'm not like really half fat. It's a skinny neckbeard here. Yeah, I mean that doesn't look. Yeah, I don't think I fit into this.
A little scruff.
I'm scruffy. You know, scruffy. All right, what do you want to say, buddy?
We're talking about race and everything. How do you feel about Colin Kaepernick and like the whole situation around him and how the NFL is going to play out now with the whole
Good question.
kneeling down?
I did a show about Kaepernick a while back. Well, here's the thing. I'm not a huge NFL fan, all right? But I've went to my NFL sources. Politics aside, apparently Colin Kaepernick sucks, and he's got the numbers to prove it. But I know we're dealing with the left-wing wackos, so it doesn't really matter whether he's good or not. He needs to have a job. He would have a job under any other circumstances. No, he wouldn't. He sucks. You know, he's not that good.
I feel like Jay Cutler, he was just signed to the Dolphins, and I feel that Colin Kaepernick is a little bit more qualified as a quarterback than him.
But all right, okay. And this is the second part. I don't know if you know that the NFL rating has been diving, right?
Yeah, I know.
I've read that they've taken polls about people that are leaving. The biggest thing they're leaving for is the game is getting soft. I mean, they're constantly flags in the field, okay? And it wasn't like it was when I was a kid. I knew that. They're trying to do that in hockey as well. But did you know, like, what in the 20, I think it was like 25 percentile why people left? It was Colin Kaepernick. And they said him by name. So he's cancer. He's ticket cancer. Whatever team he goes to, he's gonna poison that team. As far as like, because people don't want that shit. They don't want somebody sitting down. They don't want their heroes. They don't think it's heroic. Now, the media might think it's heroic, and all these left-wing kooks might think it's heroic, but your average buying football field doesn't want to see that shit. And that's why they haven't signed him.
Now, you being a former serviceman, did you feel any disrespect when he kneeled down? Did you feel
I didn't take it as a disrespect to servicemen. I thought it was a spit in the flag. I think it's what he did is essentially spit in the flag. So I mean, did I get all mad? And I don't do that. I don't get outraged like that. You know, I mean, whatever. That's what you got to do. But I remember when I saw it, it's like, this guy's not ready for the consequences. And it almost seems like, you know, when we talk about free speech, you're calling Kaepernick's free speech, which he is entitled to, but he's not entitled to be an NFL quarterback. It doesn't seem to play both ways. You know, like when people speak out, it's like, I'm not watching the NFL because Colin Kaepernick. Good. I hope he doesn't get. I know I don't want him on my team. And the only answer to that is, you bigot, you racist. Here's the dirty truth. Colin Kaepernick is hurting the product. Because the majority of the football fans don't want Colin Kaepernick representing their team because he is un-American and behaves in an un-American way. And it's the media. It just shows you the divide between the media, the mainstream media, and regular people. Regular people just want to sit down and forget about the alt-right and not neo-Nazis and the alt-left and SJWs.
They come home from like an 8-hour shift, 9 to 5,
they don't want to see that.
Relax.
And Colin Kaepernick represents all that shit that they just turned off in the fucking car on the ride home.
Yeah.
That's what it really comes down to. So no, I mean, just on that alone, let's say Colin Kaepernick was an all-star last year, okay? And no team was picking him up, all right? I wouldn't pick him up because he's going to take money from me, bottom line. He's cancer. If Colin Kaepernick was a neo-Nazi, nobody would be saying this shit. You know, they'd be like, no, dude, why would I want a neo-Nazi on my team? It's going to hurt my bottom line. But that's the same thing. That's how toxic Colin Kaepernick is now. And the left won't deal with it. They won't deal with the violence that they're spreading, that they have a violence problem, political violence problem. And they don't realize that there's a big part of them that's a huge turnoff to the rest of the country. That's what's going on there. All right, bud.
All right. Thank you, man.
Hey, take care, man. Good call. It's the bottom line. Pig Dot, last idiot for today.
Hello, mate. You all right?
I'm great. What do you want, dopey?
Oh, great. I'm glad that you're great. Have you heard about the keyword filter ban thing?
Caught off guard because he did.
Yes, explain this to me. Fan fiction writer, $20. Hey, brother, that was a genuine question. Thank you. Thank you, fan fiction writer. Real good one. Pig Dot. Thank you for the donations today. I'm going to read them out in a minute. All right. Yes, I did. Is that real, by the way? Let me tell the audience what you're talking about. There's a list of things that supposedly get shadow banned in the comments, and like, God, it's like 20 different ways to say Trump in there too, right?
Yeah, it's quite bad to say.
Is that a real thing, or is that just a meme? I saw Colossal's Crazy tweeted it.
Well, the thing is, I don't think it is a meme. Like, I mean, it's a lot of effort for a meme, to be fair. But yeah, loads of people have been like tweeting about it and shit. So I'm guessing it's real. But then again, the Google document isn't official or anything, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
You can't talk, you know that? It's amazing.
All right, you've got a neck beard.
Why do you fucking...
You've got. You've got.
I don't have a neck beard. I'm gonna shave because of you, you frick. You can't talk, and I have a neck beard. All right, fine.
You got no. Tell me.
Would it look weird if I shaved below here, you fucking jerk? I'd rather I'd rather have a neck beard than not be able to talk.
Right,
Why
I can
can't you-
talk. Everyone in chat.
You're
Everyone
a
in chat. can
mumbling
understand me.
motherfucker, is what you are. You're a big.
The only
mumbling-
person that can't understand me is Captn Kyrsh or whatever her name
Nobody
is.
can understand you. I can't understand you. You can't get to the point. You can't
Everyone
talk.
can understand me. You're replying to me, Tommy.
Yeah, but I almost have to push you to get to the point. You're like a goddamn Midwesterner. You can't get the sentence out. Hey, Tommy, how are you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, did you see the thing on the words that get shadow banned? And you don't elaborate on anything. You talk. Are you
That's just slow.
Are you like in the bumpkin part of England, like a lot of hillbillies, like an English version of a hillbilly lives? Where do you live?
I live in Birmingham, which is
Birmingham,
the centre of England.
Oh, I heard it's a lot of Muslims over there, huh?
You're correct, yeah.
Yeah. It's Birmingham
I'm not one of
stand.
them.
Birmingham stand. I'm actually heading over there. I'm heading over there pretty soon. It looks like I'm gonna be. I think next 3 weeks.
What's at Birmingham?
What? None of your business. I have business. I have business in Birmingham. Do you want to hang out?
Yeah, of course.
You think I'd
Of
hang out with
course
you?
not.
Get the fuck out of here! Pig dot. Mumbling motherfucker. I like him though. He's a good kid. I will say this. I got to thank Colossal's Crazy for telling me to follow him because he is fucking funny, and he's a lot funnier on YouTube. I want to keep talking to you guys. Hey, look, I'm sorry that the show is all over the place today. Yeah, fuck you. I'm shaving now. Fuck all y'all. Grow a beard. That's a neck. Like, what the fuck, man? It's like a neck beard is like. Let me show you what I'm talking about with this neck beard shit. This is what I don't look like these guys. I'm shaving today, by the way. I'm not putting up with your fucking meme. I'll tell you that right now. Neck beard. All right, I'm gonna fucking take it. I'm gonna put the Google images on. And because this is what I think when I think of neck beard. I don't look like any of these fucking guys. What the fuck happened here? Come on. There we go. And it doesn't work. God, I hate this. Oh my God. Work. Oh, fucking remove. Let's try it again. Screen capture. All right, fine. All right, here we go. 1, 2. All right, this should work now. See, this is what I think when I think of neck beard. Like these guys. Those are neck beards. I don't look like those guys. Right? Like, really? I'm going to read off some donations and then get out of here. I don't look like those dudes. Fuck off, man. Fuck off. Oh, shit. Now I got to close that. It's not a neck beard. That's what I think of. Fuck off. Not a neck beard. Fuck you, pig dot. I'll come to Birmingham and I'll fight you. What's it going to be like to get your ass kicked by a 40-year-old man? You got to tell him, boy, yeah, you couldn't even beat him. Come over and whip your monkey ass. All right, let me talk about Jose Descabar's Nightmare, Super Topes. He writes, fuck, I missed 45 minutes of the show. Sorry. Well, you can always go back. I don't think they're taking it down. Fan fiction writer with $20. He donated. Dubious sent $1. Thank you so much. Telling the fuckheads to pick it up. Fan fiction writer another $20. Holy shit. I always feel guilty. You can remember. It doesn't matter how you do it. You want to go buy stuff. And Linda Bob donated $1. If I give you $1, it'll make you smile. I think I smiled a lot today. Wow, nice day today too, guys. Really. Nice day today. Tomorrow we'll come back with Jeff. Hopefully there's something going on. We'll screw with Jeff. I'm gonna try to. I think I'm trying to come out with some Jeff clothing line. Let's see what we come up with tomorrow. So maybe make sure you guys turn in tomorrow. Make sure you like and share and stuff, and maybe we can grow this thing once again. Who knows? You never know. Right now it's just me and you, baby. It's just me and you. Jeff's coming back tomorrow. Then I'm taking a weekend off, and I will see you guys Sunday, where Jeff and Real Talk come back. Boys Night Out Sunday on Shot from the Point, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you very much. Thank you much for supporting the show. Plenty of ways to do it in the description box below. And I'll see you, everybody. Have a good night. Bye.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you bout to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she bout to catch a pedigree. Chi-Town to King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 Mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated to evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe. Here's a